All right, let's jump right into it. Today, we're going to take a good hard look at the classic idea of a team. You know that neat, tidy picture we all have in our heads? We're going to dismantle it and explore what teamwork actually looks like in the real world today. So on one hand, you've got the myth, the textbook team. Stable, everyone in the same room, all from one company, working like a perfect, well-oiled machine. But then, there's reality. And reality is more like a swirling mix of talent. It's fluid, people are everywhere, it's dynamic, and folks are coming together from all different organizations. It's a bit messy, for sure, but this is the new normal. And that brings us to the first huge piece of this new reality, the people. I mean, the simple question of who is on the team, well, it doesn't have a simple answer anymore. The lineup is always changing.
Get this. Some really interesting research shows that a staggering 84% of teams have people coming and going. Let that sink in for a second. The whole idea of a stable team is basically a unicorn. It's the exception, not the rule.
And here's where it gets even crazier. It's not just about who's on the team, it's about how many teams we're on. One study found that almost 95% of us are working on more than one team at the same time. Just think about it. How many different hats are you wearing this week?
You know, this constant juggling act actually has a name. It's called multiple team membership, or MTM. And it's pretty much the daily grind for a lot of us, right? You're constantly switching gears between projects, trying to make timelines match up when they just don't. Sound familiar?
But this constant change isn't all doom and gloom. There are two sides to this coin. On the one hand, yeah, it can be tough. You can lose that shared knowledge, and it's harder to feel super committed or cohesive. But on the other hand, this fluidity brings in a ton of new perspectives. It helps move resources where they're needed most, and it injects a real diversity of ideas that a static team might never see.
Okay, so if the people are always in flux, it totally makes sense that the way we work together, the process, has to be super flexible too. We're moving way beyond that rigid step-by-step model of teamwork. Traditionally, we think about teamwork like climbing a ladder. You know, you start at the bottom with pooled work, where everyone just does their own thing. Then you move up to sequential handoffs, like an assembly line. Then maybe some reciprocal back-and-forth collaboration. And at the very top, you get true team problem solving. It's all very neat and linear.
But the reality? A modern team bounces between all of these levels, sometimes in the same meeting. You might brainstorm all together. That's team level. Then you all go off to do your individual pieces. That's pooled. Then you come back to give each other feedback. That's reciprocal. It's like a constant dance.
So, we've got shifting people and shifting processes. It probably won't surprise you that the team's actual purpose and its boundaries are also getting really blurry.
This quote from researcher J. Richard Hackman just hits the nail on the head. He said it is often difficult to determine who comprises the team. When the experts are saying the lines are this fuzzy, you know it's a real fundamental challenge. And because of that ambiguity, you get this weird, unspoken social structure. You have your core members, the ones in the middle doing the heavy lifting. And then you have the periphery members who kind of dip in and out. The big problem here? None of this is written down, and it can literally change overnight.
So what's the result of all these fuzzy boundaries? Well, it's pretty much what you'd expect. Confusion. Individuals aren't sure what their role is, and honestly, the group as a whole can't even agree on who's on the team and who isn't. And that kind of disagreement, it's a huge roadblock to getting anything done.
Okay, so things are fluid, they're messy, they're ambiguous. What in the world do we do about it? How do we lead and work like this? Well, it's not about finding some magic formula. It's about starting with a whole new playbook and asking much better questions.
And the first question is a big one. How do we build teams for agility, not just for stability? We're not building a stone bridge that's meant to last forever. We're building a raft to navigate a river that's constantly changing.
So what does staffing for this kind of fluidity even look like? It's a huge mindset shift. Instead of hiring for a very specific, rigid role, you look for teamwork skills that can be used anywhere. You pick people who are adaptable, who are excited to learn. It means things like cultural fit become way more important, and you start prioritizing flexible skills over just fixed personalities.
All right, so we've built our Agile team. The next huge question is, how do we actually support a team that's in constant motion? That old school, once-a-year training workshop in a stuffy conference room, yeah, that's just not going to cut it anymore.
Support has to be just as dynamic as the teams themselves.
So we need to think less about formal training days and more about building help right into the day-to-day workflow. That means using technology to give people access to resources in real time, on demand. It means delivering information in small, bite-sized pieces they can actually use in the moment. The whole point is to make help available right here, right now, not 6 months down the road.
So I want to leave you with one last, really important question to take back with you. Look at your team, your projects, your entire organization, and really ask yourself this. Are we built for the predictable world of yesterday? Or are we truly designed to thrive in the messy, unpredictable, and kind of exciting world of tomorrow?